Hello, everyone out there in Roblox and YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego. And today we're going to talk some more about Wicked. That's right, Wicked. This year. It's still playing in theaters right now. I think it's reached its apex, though, as far as how much money it's going to make. I think it's made about $500 million. I don't think it's going to do any more. Like I said before in the other videos, it opened up pretty strong its first weekend, and then the next weekend Moana 2 came out. And that's the one all the girls went to go see. And even that movie struggling too. That had like a 68% drop off. Okay, so that means that 68% of the customers left after watching it one time, and they told everyone else not to see it again. All right, so that's the thing here. Okay, Hollywood is suffering right now. The theater industry is not doing very well. You need something that's really, really good. Okay, something that's got something special for the audience to treat in order to get people to go into the movie theater. Because nobody's going to go into the theater to go see friggin' Kraven the Hunter. I mean, that came out. I saw it. Okay, but I'm the exception. Okay, no one else did. All right, that movie lost a lot of money. Okay, so yeah, right now theaters aren't doing very well. This movie, Wicked, was meant to be the Barbie of 2024. Okay, because Barbie did phenomenal. I think it did like $1.5 billion. I think it did more than that, actually, more than $1.5 billion. Okay, and I reviewed that movie last year. Same as this. I reviewed it when it was out in the theaters. Okay, I hated that movie, of course, but there were some good things about it. So it wasn't a total loss. I didn't totally hate it. The best stuff in that movie was with Ken. Believe it or not, Ken stole that movie. Ryan Gosling stole that movie. My God, he was the only character that you could understand him, and you knew his motivations. And you could see that. Okay, yeah, he was being mistreated in this movie. Okay, he was being taken for granted. Okay, nobody else. The women, of course, were all astronauts and judges and shit. But the men were all basically the men were all there just to pander to the women. Okay, they were just forced to be in this, oh, I like you so much, I love you, will you like me too, type thing. And it's just, fuck that noise. Okay, Ken was the only one that thought this was fucked up. So he was actually the real hero, believe it or not Barbie. Okay, but anyway, that's different. I already reviewed that movie. We can watch it. It's on this video. It's on this channel if you want to see it. Right now, we're talking about Wicked, 2024. Now, when we left off last time, in my last video, Nissa Rose and Elphaba had just arrived at Shiz University, and so is Glinda. Glinda just arrived too. Okay, I already gave you their whole backstory and all that kind of stuff. Okay, Nissa Rose is not enrolled at Shiz, but her sister, Nissa Rose is enrolled in Shiz, but Elphaba is not. Okay, their father, the mayor of Munchkinland, Frexbar, who's not their biological father, at least not Elphaba's. Okay, but she doesn't know that, and he doesn't know that. He brought them there for Nissa Rose to go to school there. Okay, at university. Right? Wow. Yeah. In Oz. Oz has a university, complete with faculty and academia, SAT scores, and all that kind of shit. Yeah, dorms. Yeah, just like in this world. Hey, Harry Potter called. Okay, they want their plot back. All right. Anyway, so they arrive there. Okay, Frexbar, who's a mayor of Munchkinland, white guy, though his wife was black, Melina, his wife, and she cheated on him regularly. Okay, in fact, she cheated on him with a tall, lanky, white Jewish guy. Ooh, I wonder who that could be. Okay. And the child from that union is Elphaba. Okay, so Elphaba was born with green skin, and she's normal sized. She's like a normal human being sized. But yet her parents were supposed to be much, and yet in the book, that never raised any eyebrows. It never raised any eyebrows. But clearly, what the movie and the book implied was that the wizard himself was Elphaba's biological father. Okay, and we see that in the movie. They don't show his face in the scene where we see her drinking and dancing around with him while her husband's away at work. Okay, but it is implied. Okay, that the Wizard of Oz, who, by the way, his real name is Oscar Diggs. That's from the book. Okay, he's a con man. Okay, from Omaha, Nebraska. Basically like Professor Marvel that you saw in the Wizard of Oz movie. Okay, but he wasn't benevolent. Okay, he conned people out of their money. Okay, fake cures, fake magic, that kind of thing. He would sell those potions you see, the wagon, the fucking those remedies they'll cure you, make you stronger, that kind of thing. He did all that crap. All right, think the guy from Pete's Dragon, the old Pete's Dragon movie. Okay, the roadshow people. Okay, or think the Say 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 video with Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney. Okay, that's in it too. Okay, that's what Oscar Diggs was. Okay, and he ended up in a tornado on his balloon, and he landed up in Oz. And since he knew what technology was, he knew how electricity worked and how mechanics worked. He used this to take over Oz because he had magic that no one else had. He was the wizard. Okay, so anyway, so that guy ends up being Elphaba's biological father. Now in the movie, I've never seen the Broadway show, but in the movie, I think they're playing it off as if Nyssa Rose is Frexbar's biological daughter, although in the book she was not. Okay, the mom Melina cheated more than once. Okay, she also cheated on her husband with a guy named Turtleheart, who had red skin. He was just a wanderer. He was just walking by Munchkin Land. He just stopped there to get something to eat, and he boned Melina, and then boned Frexbar too. We find out later on. Okay, but he just stuck around there and he never ended up going where he was supposed to be going. He never ended up going there. And no one ever asked him, are you ever going to leave and just go to wherever you were heading to when we met you? Nope, it's never been brought up again. He just stays there as a third wheel, fucking both of them. Okay, and Nyssa Rose is his daughter. Okay, despite the fact she has normal skin, but she was born with no arms. In the book, she had no arms. But in the Broadway show and in the movie, she's just crippled. She has arms, but she's crippled. Okay. So anyway, so she shows up there, okay, with Elphaba. She's enrolled there. Frexbar orders Elphaba to stay with her sister Nyssa, okay, until she is settled, okay, and to provide her with anything that she needs. Now, she doesn't ask her daughter Elphaba to do this. He tells her. She's like, but Elphaba's like, oh, but Father, she doesn't need me. She wants to be on her own. And he tells her, well, you just shut up and do what I say. You stay here. You take care of her. That's an order. Okay, so he has no respect for Elphaba, okay? I don't know if it's because he knows it's not his real daughter or if it's just he's disgusted with her because she has green skin, okay? But whatever the reason is, okay, this hurts Elphaba, and she doesn't talk back to her father, so she's kind of a broken woman, and I can understand. I feel sympathy for her. I feel pity for her, okay, because she grew up like this. She grew up with a father. Her mother died after giving birth to Nyssa Rose, okay, and she was a young girl when this happened. She was a toddler when that happened, so she never really knew her mother that well either. And all she knew was she had this father. She doesn't know who her real father is. All she knows is the man that's been her father this whole time treats her like shit. And fawns over her younger sister, but treats her like shit. What's the difference? She doesn't know what the difference is other than she has green skin and her sister doesn't. Okay, her sister's crippled, okay, but has normal skin. All right, so she thinks that's what it is. All right, so obviously she's very, this upsets her very much. And she's been carrying this pain for a long time. Hey, three-dimensional character. I like that. All right. Like I said, this movie's not terrible. There's some good things in this movie. All right. So anyway, so that's going on here, and then we're introduced real quickly to Dr. Dillamond, who is a goat, a talking goat. He's one of the professors there. He's like I think he's the only animal professor. Yes, they have talking animals. Come on, it's the Wizard of Oz. He's the only talking animal that's part of the faculty there at Shiz University. Okay, or he's the only one left. There used to be more, but he's the only one left. All right. He's a talking goat with who wears glasses. And then we're also introduced to Madame Morrible, who's this Asian professor there that does no teaching, okay, played by Michelle Yeoh, of course. Any middle-aged Asian woman, okay, they only write like one of those every year in Hollywood, and when they do write it, Michelle Yeoh gets the role, all right? So anyway, so they're introduced, okay, and of course, Madame Morrible is like a celebrity on campus, okay, like everyone's favorite professor. She's the smartest, the bestest, the most fabulous, the most powerful, all that kind of crap. All right. So everyone is applauding for Madame Morrible. And Glinda also is excited to meet Madame Morrible. Apparently, Madame Morrible is Glinda's role model. It's her idol. In fact, she enrolled at Shiz University for a specific reason that she wanted Madame Morrible to be her personal teacher in sorcery. Okay, Glinda wants to be a sorceress. Okay, and Madame Morrible is the best there is. So she was hoping that she would arrive at Shiz University, and then Madame Morrible would immediately take Glinda under her wing and tutor her on how to be a sorceress. Okay, take her special seminar, as they call it. All right, that's what Glinda was hoping for. That's what she expected. Okay, so she's in awe, complete awe of Madame Morrible. All right. Now, Madame Morrible, of course, does a speech in front of all the students. She gets on the podium. She tells them, "I speak for all the faculty here when I say that we have nothing but the highest hopes for some of you." For some of you. So she's not a bullshit. She's not going to bullshit them, tell them, "Hey, you're all great and special and all that." You know, no, she knows that most of you are fucking losers. Okay? But we will support the winners. We have faith in the winners, not the losers. All right. So anyway, Glinda confronts Madame Morrible and tries kissing her ass. Okay, following her around. Okay, she wants to take her. She was hoping that Madame Morrible had received her thesis that she wrote on wands. Like, what's the point? Or do they have a point or some shit like that? Madame Morrible is not impressed. She's blown off Glinda, which is Glinda's not used to. Okay. Also, we're not used to Glinda looking up to someone and kissing someone's ass. Okay. Usually she expects people to kiss her ass. So this is kind of weird. Okay. Anyway, she wants to take Madame Morrible's seminar on sorcery. But she tells her that she only teaches that seminar if she has a student who's special enough to deserve to be taught in that seminar. And clearly, Glinda is not special enough. So she blows off Glinda, all right? Meanwhile, the faculty there treat Nyssa Rose very well, despite the fact that she is in a wheelchair. They treat her pretty well, but they treat her sister Elphaba like shit, okay? Okay, and they're embarrassed by her. They let it. They have Freudian slips as far as like making fun of her and stuff. Okay, they stay away from her like she's got leprosy. Okay, but they, like I said, they treat Elphaba like that. Okay, the headmistress there, who's this fat tub of shit. Okay, she is repulsed by Elphaba, and she insists on helping Nyssa herself. Okay, no, I'll take her to her dorm room. You know. I'll show her where everything is. I'll find a room for her. I'll find her a roommate. I'll do all that stuff, you know. And Elphaba tries to tell her, "No, you don't understand. Our father specifically ordered me to help her around the university, okay, until she gets no, I'll do that. I'll do all that. You just go away." You know, that kind of thing, right? And she starts pushing Nyssa Rose away, okay? And Elphaba's trying to stop her. No, wait, no, don't go. No, wait. She's like, "I said stop!" And then boom, she lays down her superhero pose. Okay, and she unleashes her telekinetic powers. Now, why does Elphaba have telekinetic powers? Because she's the one. Okay, I know, never seen that in a movie before. The chosen one. Yes, Elphaba is the chosen one. Okay, obviously. Okay, the chosen one is anyone who is unbelievably powerful, but they didn't do anything to earn it. They're just born that way because they're the one. Okay, yeah, I know. Which is pretty much every movie out there, most of them, okay, especially guy movies. Okay, you think Mortal Kombat, think The Matrix, okay, you're the chosen one. Okay, think the Star Wars movies. I mean, it's all the same shit. The chosen one. Yeah, the chosen one. Okay, so yes, Elphaba is the chosen one. All right, that's why she has all these telekinetic abilities that she was born with, that she did not earn. There's no explanation given to why she has these powers. Her biological father and her biological mother did not have any powers. Okay, but yet Elphaba does. It's not explained. Okay, she just does. All right. And by the way, in the book, she was not the chosen one of anything. She was an unfortunate girl that had a lot of ambition, but she also had self-esteem issues. But she wasn't supremely powerful. Okay. So obviously, her story arc here is not that she has to earn her power. Okay. She has to make herself stronger until by the end she's powerful. No. She's already powerful. She's already born powerful. The challenge for her in this movie is for her to realize just how much of a badass boss bitch she really is. Because when she realizes it, so will everyone else. You know, think like the Captain Marvel movie. You get the fuck out of here with that noise. Okay? Get the fuck out of here. No, okay? That's bad storytelling right there. That's telling you that you're born perfect. You're born supremely powerful. You don't have to do anything to earn it. Okay? Well, I wish I wish they made movies like that for us boys. We could grow up knowing that we don't have to do shit with our lives. We're born immaculate and perfect already. Yeah, where the fuck are our movies that do that? Yeah, you know why they don't make it? Because they don't fucking exist. Because it's not fucking true. Anyway, moving right along. So that's going on here. Okay, yeah, so she unleashes her telekinetic carry-like powers. All right. The faculty, like I said, yeah, okay. Yeah, blah, blah, air, okay. When she unleashes her telekinetic powers, all the benches that were there, you know, they go up in the air. Nyssa Rose goes up in the air, but she stays up there. Okay, and then Elphaba slowly brings her down so she doesn't get hurt. Everyone's freaked out, and pretty much everyone realizes that it was Elphaba that did it. Okay, so they're all looking at her like scared now. Before they were looking at her with disgust. Now they're looking at her like with fear. Okay, like I said, all the benches and shit went up in the air. Okay, and even there's a graph, okay, a hieroglyphic of the wizard, okay, on the wall there, okay. There's him in his human form that says the Wonderful Wizard of Oz, and that gets destroyed by one of the benches that went up in the air, okay. Now that brings me to a stronger question here, which I don't think anybody realized this. How is it that everybody in Oz knows already that the wizard is a normal human being? How is that fucking possible? Okay, in The Wizard of Oz, everyone thought the wizard, okay, was this giant bulbous holographic head with sharp teeth and a deep voice. Remember? And in this movie later on, we'll meet that version of the wizard, which is a giant robotic face. It's a giant robotic head who had with robotic facial features. Okay, a giant one. Okay. Now, why the fuck would that exist if everyone in Oz already knows that the Wizard of Oz is just a normal, non-powered human being? How is it that everyone there already knows that? Dorothy didn't even fucking know that. She had to figure that out by the end of the movie. So how is it that everyone else already knows that? And this is supposed to take place a good, 15 years, 12 years, 10 years before Dorothy shows up. So what the fuck? How is that possible? It's not even explained. In the book, everyone, except for a few people, everyone thought that, Elphaba knew that the wizard, later on when she's an adult, she knows that the wizard is just a human being, okay? But for the longest time, she didn't know that in the book, okay? But right there, they've got statues of him, pictures of him everywhere, that he's clearly a human being. So Nyssa, of course, is ashamed and embarrassed that Elphaba unleashed her powers in front of everybody. So now she feels humiliated on her first day of school. This was supposed to be my first day at a new life. And she wheelchairs her way out of there. Madame Morrible, however, noticed this. Everybody noticed it. But Madame Morrible realizes immediately that it was Elphaba that displayed this power, this telekinesis, all right? She knows Elphaba did it, okay? But she decides to come down there anyway, and she makes a huge speech telling everybody that it was her that levitated everything. Because her first lesson for all the students is to expect the unexpected. So she plays it off like she was the one that did it, thereby taking the heat off of Elphaba, all right? So Morrible accepts Elphaba into Shiz. Because she's such a popular professor there, she can automatically enroll any student that she wants. Any normal civilians, she can automatically enroll them into the university. So she accepts Elphaba into Shiz University and then asks for a volunteer to room with Elphaba. Okay? To room with her. Okay? Now, at the moment that she announced that she needed a volunteer to be Elphaba's roommate, Glinda was making her way towards Madame Morrible in order to kiss her ass some more and try to get her to accept her into the sorcery seminar. So she was in the middle of doing that, okay, when Madame Morrible asked for a volunteer. So Morrible tells Elphaba that she wants to teach her how to use her powers privately. And then this makes Glinda jealous, okay? Glinda accidentally volunteered. Sorry, I left that out. Glinda accidentally volunteered, okay? So Madame Morrible tells her that she's going to give her the seminar, Elphaba the seminar, and teach her privately on how to use her powers. And Glinda's jealous, okay, but she has her lackeys there, okay, Shen Shen, the fat white girl, and Fanny, the gay Asian guy, okay, to carry her when she passes out from distress. They pick her up and carry her, I guess, to her fucking class or whatever. All right, yeah, her entourage of pussies. Anyway, okay. So in the next, by the way, this is normal behavior. This whole movie is fucking gay, in case you didn't notice, all right? So anyway, Elphaba tells Morrible that she can't control her powers, okay? She doesn't know how to control it, okay? And Morrible starts singing to her, The Wizard and I, okay? That's the name of the song, okay? Starts singing to her about how happy she is to have finally found a worthy student after all these years, okay? And that if she does a good job and keeps practicing and pays attention to her lessons, that someday she'll actually get to meet the wizard herself. Ooh. Now, this gets Elphaba all excited. She looks up to the wizard, okay? She really wants to meet him, despite the fact that she knows that he's a normal fucking human being. Anyway, Elphaba sees the wizard's face carved onto stone, okay? His face is carved, think of like Mount Rushmore style, but smaller. She's walking through these passages, there's a stone cavern passages, and she sees the wizard's face. He has Jeff Goldblum's face. So if there's any doubt that anyone doesn't realize that the wizard is a human being, it's erased right here. How is it fucking, I still don't understand, how is it possible, okay, that everyone knows that the wizard is just a normal human being, okay? The whole point of the Wizard of Oz is that everyone thought he was a magical creature that can grant your wish with magic, not some dude, okay? Not just some ordinary powerless guy, okay? Which he turned out, like an actual wizard, like Merlin, an actual wizard with magical powers, okay? But yet in this movie, everyone already knows that he's just a normal guy, okay? And that makes no sense. Why would they make a normal guy their wizard? Okay, you see what I mean? And why wouldn't they just tell everyone that he's a normal guy, okay? Instead, Dorothy thought that he really was some giant bulbous head with sharp teeth screaming at her, you know, with lightning effects and thunder effects and shit in the background and fireballs flying up in the air, you know, when he talks, you know? It makes no sense. Why would they go through all that if everyone already knows he's a human being? Why would he have a giant robotic head based on his face that can make facial expressions and yell in a demonic voice? Why would he have that if everyone already knows that that's not who he really is? He's really just a guy. You see what I mean? That makes no sense. All right, anyway, so that's going on here, okay? And this is supposed to be like I said, this is supposed to be several years before Dorothy even outs him as a normal guy, okay? So like I said, it's no plot consistency. It's not consistent with the novel or the movie, okay, The Wizard of Oz, okay? It's a plot hole that I don't think is ever going to be answered. Okay. Anyway, so she starts running and excited, just singing The Wizard and I, a horrible song, by the way. And she's running around through the wheat fields because Oz has a lot of wheat fields. You know, we saw a bunch of kids running through some rainbow-colored wheat fields earlier. And now Elphaba's doing it through a normal-colored wheat fields. And she's singing and jumping around in her fucking tight black 1901 dress, you know, and her combat boots, you know. And she's just running and singing and happy and jumping and shit, you know, all excited that one day she might get to meet the wizard, okay, who she clearly admires, okay, and you know, across all that, and singing The Wizard and I, and then of course she runs all the way up to the cliff where she stops. Yeah, I tell you, this movie's gay. Anyway, moving right along, the next scene, Elphaba finds her dorm room. She's looking through the sorority in Oz. Yes, she finds her dorm room with Glinda. Okay, Glinda's there. Okay, and clearly as she walks in there, Glinda has taken over the entire room. Okay, it's all full of her shit, her luggage, her clothes, her furniture, everything. She's taking over the whole fucking room, except for a tiny little corner behind a row of her clothes. Right there, next to a window, is a little bed for Elphaba. That's it. The rest of the room belongs to Glinda. Okay, and the first thing that Elphaba says when she looks around the room is like, "This doesn't seem fair." And Glinda says, "You're right. It's not. I was promised a room all to myself. Thank you for noticing." Okay, so clearly she doesn't realize it, all right? What she's doing, okay? That's going. Glinda expects Elphaba now, because Glinda went out of her way to give her that tiny little corner in the room, in the dorm room. Glinda expects Elphaba to put in a good word for her to Madame Morrible and get her into the seminar that Elphaba's enrolled in, okay? So that's her ulterior motive for being so nice to her, okay? And Elphaba gets mad, okay, and demonstrates her telekinetic powers again and smashes a window in the room, which you would think would come back later on in the story to demonstrate that Elphaba is like Carrie from the 1976 movie Carrie Stephen King wrote. Okay, you piss her off, she'll hurt you with her powers. And you would think that Glinda would realize that, but no, because she knows that Elphaba did it, not Madame Morrible. The whole telekinetic display earlier, she knows it was Elphaba, but she's not afraid of Elphaba, and she doesn't care that Elphaba gets mad and smashes a window, okay, a balcony window, okay, to show Glinda how pissed off she is. She's not afraid of Glinda at all, Elphaba at all, which makes no fucking sense. Okay, I would be terrified if my roommate could do that. That if I made them mad, they could do that. All right, I would get help. I would leave the room, wherever. But Glinda doesn't. All right, which makes no sense, especially for someone who's so all about their own self-preservation. You know, it makes no sense. All right. So that's going on here. Okay, and boom. Okay, I'm gonna stop my review right here, but I'll be back shortly to continue my review. Thank you for watching this long, and I'll see you soon on the next one. Bye.